What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we absolutely have to talk about Jurgen Klopp's fiery press conference. He said something very interesting. He said, I don't agree all the time with everything we do as a club, but I am employed here. So Jurgen Klopp definitely would like to spend more money and he would like to have a bigger budget because he said it's not nice to watch other clubs strengthen and other clubs spend huge amounts of money and Liverpool get left behind, but that's life and we have to work with it. The decision of the budget comes from the owners and the other decisions comes from us. If the budget is the budget, then we have to do what we can do. Also, before we get into this video, I want to say justice for the 97. Today is the anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster. If you haven't heard about it that much, make sure to look it up. May the 97 fans who passed away rest in peace and justice for them. Jurgen Klopp has to work with a very strict limit, and that has been, I think, the biggest problem of Liverpool. Even that the success came despite the owners spending 25-30 million pounds net spend per year. That's absolutely minuscule. That's like mid-table net spend in the Premier League, and yet Liverpool have been anything but mid-table under Jurgen Klopp. They have been, Premier League champions and Champions League winners and won 7 trophies despite spending only 25-30 million. The owner, John W. Henry and the FSG have thrown Jurgen Klopp under the bus because it's Jurgen Klopp who constantly has to answer the questions of the journalists. He's constantly getting roasted and grilled in his press conferences, and he can't answer why the owners are not giving Liverpool a bigger budget. Why are we in this situation that we haven't signed a midfielder apart from Thiago in 4 years? And I think it's absolutely a disgrace that Jurgen Klopp is getting all the heat and the owners are getting none, at least from the media and from the journalists, because it would be absolutely necessary if for FSG or John W. Henry to come out and publicly explain what is his strategy, why he's doing things the way that they are doing things at Liverpool, and what is his plan to fix this absolutely dreadful situation. Instead, he's leaving the manager Jurgen Klopp to always answer on behalf of the club. So let me know what they think about the Jurgen Klopp's quotes, what they think about the owners. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion, and of course, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And you know what? The Boston Red Sox, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and even the NHL team, the Penguins, the fans of all these franchises, all these clubs, all share similar problems with the same ownership group, FSG, across different sports, and that shows a clear problem that they don't want to spend money to support the sporting project at Boston, at Pittsburgh, at Liverpool. If all the fans of all these clubs share the same problem, then it's the owners or the problem. I mean, you have to add the context that FSG have not owned the Pittsburgh Penguins for that long, but they haven't made the NHL playoffs. Once again, the Boston Red Sox are in decline and Liverpool are now a mid-table club after almost winning the quadruple, which is, I think, inexcusable, and it's the biggest fall from grace from a big football club. And I mean, this Jurgen Klopp era should have been about building a dynasty and dominating and winning multiple trophies, multiple titles. And yes, we have won a lot of trophies, but imagine what could have been if Liverpool just matched the spending of Arsenal. I mean, I'm not asking for much. Arsenal haven't been in the Champions League for 5 seasons in a row, and yet they are outspending Liverpool. Aston Villa, Wolves, they are outspending Liverpool. Yes, Newcastle, Man City, Man United, they are richer than Liverpool. But the other clubs, we should be matching their spending. We should be matching the spending of Arsenal, Tottenham, Aston Villa, clubs like these. And yet with these owners, we are not. And Jurgen Klopp is right to be felt. He probably feels that he has been let down by the owners. So if the fans are angry at Jurgen Klopp and saying, some of the fans are angry at Jurgen Klopp and saying that he's a yes man and he should throw the owners under the bus, You have to understand that Jurgen Klopp wants to create harmony at Liverpool, and he can't publicly call out the owners, his employers, because they would sack him, and that would leave Liverpool in a much worse position. Because I still believe that Jurgen Klopp is Liverpool's like Jolly Joker. It's like Liverpool's ace up their sleeve. It's the only thing that probably saved Liverpool from having a relegation fight this season, because and also having Alisson in goal, of course. And Jurgen Klopp said, when you have a budget and somebody tells you the prices, what can you do? The decision of the budget comes from the owners. So we can't really increase the budget if we want to. Jurgen Klopp is saying prices change over time. We have to make decisions for the club. We cannot be angry if we don't get someone. We have to sort it. It's not fun watching other teams strengthen, but it's life. So we have to work with it. And Jurgen Klopp also said the first thing when you are convinced about something and you want to do it, then you need to create a feeling that when the process is happening, that it can work out and it can benefit the football club. And Jurgen Klopp said you cannot fight for Kylian Mbappe from now on and say that's the only offensive player that we want. And then if he goes to Real Madrid or if he stays at PSG, then you are left with nothing. That makes no sense. The prices you maybe know, or maybe you don't, and the prices change over time. In this moment, it looks like if we sign this player, for example Bellingham, everything will be fine. And if we sign the other player, then oh my god, do we really want to play football again? And imagine now if I would fall into that trap and say, these guys, I don't want to see them anymore. Let's make 12 changes and build a new team. It's not like that. It's not that heated. It's a normal situation. You are interested in a player, you think about the player, you have to check if it is possible or not, if it fits into our budget. And Jurgen Klopp only has to work and only can work with the budget that FSG is giving him. That's why I really wanted FSG to sell Liverpool Football Club, because imagine if Jurgen Klopp had the transfer budget of Chelsea or Man United. I don't even want to talk about the oil state clubs like Newcastle and Man City, because with that spending, with Newcastle's owners, with Man City's owners, Jurgen Klopp would be absolutely unstoppable. Honestly, we would be every year fighting for the title, every year getting to Champions League semi-finals, Champions League finals, and that's where Liverpool should be. But with these owners who are absolutely not caring about, Liverpool's and Jurgen Klopp's legacy, they only want to run Liverpool as a business and not as a football club. And Jurgen Klopp also confirmed that up to 12 midfielders are on Jurgen Klopp's and Liverpool's transfer list. He said there's maybe 12 midfielders we are interested in on the market, and that's good. So we will sign some of them, I hope. So that's brilliant. The 12 midfielders, I can't list all of them, but there are a lot that we have been talked about. Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Palfinha of Fulham, Matheus Nunes, Declan Rice, Ugarte of Sporting. That would be a brilliant defensive midfield signing, and it would be a lot cheaper than Declan Rice as well. It makes sense if Jurgen Klopp is given a £200 million transfer budget, just to say a hypothetical. I still think that wouldn't be enough, but it makes sense if we are given a £200 million transfer budget to spend it on multiple midfielders, at least 3 midfielders. It's better to sign 3 world-class midfielders than just signing Jude Bellingham and a decent midfielder, because we also need probably a centre-back, a backup right-back as well, but we will focus on the midfielder situation, that's for sure. And what was also outrageous is one of the journalists suggested to Jurgen Klopp that if he doesn't like the transfer budget of Liverpool, why doesn't he go to another club where he can spend more money and where he has more resources. He said, as a manager, the reporter said, as a manager you have proven yourself at the highest level so that you can go to any of those other clubs and spend that money. And Jurgen Klopp had a very perplexed, shocked look on his face and replied, yes, but this is my club. Liverpool is my club. Are you suggesting I quit here and wait for the next job? And the reporter added, that is a possibility, and it is what some fans are talking about as well. You have proven yourself at the highest level, and it appears you cannot compete financially. Gosh, really? Jurgen Klopp replied, you didn't prepare me for this press conference, he said to his press officer. I don't know what you want from me, honestly. We have to do business in the market, and we will do. For a lot of years, others may have been compared to us. Spending in football combined with football knowledge at one point adds to improvement. It's not a rocket science we are talking about. We will be ready to fight again. And he also expressed his feelings about Liverpool's lack of spending power. He said, what you want to know is, as I sit here, am I angry with our owners that we can't do this or can't do that? No, I am not. I don't agree all the time with everything we do, but I am employed here. I'm not here to be angry about things that we will work out or not work out. The way we did things in the past is the way we will do it in the future. That is the way. Maybe he's watching the Mandalorian series. So yeah, Jurgen Klopp has his hands tied behind his back. And I think this will be his biggest rebuilding job, and Liverpool absolutely have to get every single transfer spot on. I like it that we have 12 midfielders on our shortlist, but of course we only can sign probably 3 of them if we want to all of them to be world class. Mason Mount, I think, is a very good possibility because he only has 1 year left on his contract, and he's available for a cut price deal. And Jurgen Klopp said that we have to make sure that we make the right decisions for the team, for the club, and we cannot dream and we cannot be angry if we don't get this player or we don't get that player. If there is no chance for it, why should we do that? We cannot discuss things you always want to discuss all the time in public. What kind of situation would that be? I react like a supporter or like a journalist. It is, how can they do this? How can they do that? He doesn't get this, he doesn't get that. Who cares? We have to sort it. That's all we have to do. For us, it is not fun like, oh my god, another team signed him. Great, that's our life, our business, and what we really have to put right. It doesn't help if I ask for something and I don't get it and I say I don't want it anymore with this player or that player. That's rubbish, that's not okay. I'm too much professional. You are in this business, you have to make sure that's what we can do. Fine, work with it, done, that's it, make the best of it, go about and go on the training ground and work with the current players and try to bring in the best possible players who are available within Liverpool's budget and who also fit into the playing style. And Jurgen Klopp is right, we don't have to throw out the whole squad of players, but I think this season showed to Jurgen Klopp which players that he can rely on and which players he can't. And I think a lot of players need to be cleared out. But if Liverpool have such a limited transfer budget, we have to be very careful and not like clear out half the team, because we won't be able to sign 7 or 8 players. I mean 7 or 8 quality players. We can sign 10 players, but half of them will be not good enough to play at Liverpool, where we want to challenge for trophies and titles. And I'm really annoyed that, I mean, last summer, apart from Tchouaméni and Bellingham, it looks like there were no midfielders available who would have improved Liverpool's midfield. Well, at least according to Jurgen Klopp and according to the recruitment team. Sorry, I just bumped into my desk. So this season, it looks like this summer there are 12 midfielders who could all improve Liverpool's midfield. But last summer, Tchouaméni went to Real Madrid, Bellingham was not available, so we decided to sign no midfielder. Arthur Melo on deadline day, that doesn't count. It's a loan deal for an injured player who is constantly injured, and also he's not good enough to play for Liverpool. Yes, maybe Jurgen Klopp was overconfident and thought, because we just competed for the title, we got to the Champions League final, that almost the same midfield will suffice and the same midfield will compete again this season. He was badly wrong. And to be fair, our midfield this summer is 10 times worse than our midfield last summer. At least, you know, on the way that Liverpool played this season. So yeah, let me know, what do you think about everything we talked about in this video. I would love to hear your opinion. I would love to read your comments. And I'm really worried that because the owners don't have enough money, we won't be able to sign players like Mason Mount, Declan Rice, McAllister, Caicedo, because the owners of the clubs that they play for, they will want serious amounts of money. And you can only sign players on the cheap who are not really wanted by their clubs, like Ryan Gravenberch, not wanted by Bayern, Conor Gallagher, not really wanted by Chelsea. Those deals will be cheap, but will those players be good enough to play for Liverpool? We really need at least 2 world-class midfielders who can walk into our starting lineup. So I would go all out for Mason Mount, and I would also go for, if Declan Rice is like 80 million, try to go for Ugarte, who is playing for Sporting. Let's see. Mason Mount will be at a discount, so I'm really hoping that he will be one of the new signings. I would be very excited about him. So let me know, who should Liverpool sign? Who would be your free midfielders that you would sign if you were in charge of Liverpool's transfers? And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.